In this episode of Financial Literacy for Beginners, we're going to talk about how to stop trading your time for money. Cue the intro. So when talking about financial freedom, period, I think, trading your time for money is right at the core of what we all want to stop doing when we're talking about any kind of advancement in our finances, getting to, a point of being able to build wealth or any kind of, thing like that. We always think about it in terms of most people tend to work at, jobs or careers for, 30 years of their life. That's a lot of time that we are trading for whatever money that we're getting. So, why is that? Why do we trade so much time for money? Why do we, get on this path of working so much just so that we can get whatever money that we can? I think it's really something that starts when we are learning how to generate revenue, how to make money at, whatever we want to go into. And, typically we get presented with all of these options of how to make money when we get older, whether that be certain kind of jobs or careers. And, those options they vary depending on where you are and when you start learning about the work world. But typically that's what happens. You get presented with these options of, you can go to school or you can learn how to do this particular trade and this pays this amount of money, and you can get this job over here doing that particular trade. That's how we learn about how we're going to make money. And what that leads to doing is developing this sense of us working for someone else for a set amount of hours and trying to get as many of those hours packed in so that we can increase our wealth by doing that. When you think about it, you can't really gain wealth by working hours for someone else. The financial system is just not built that way. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough hours in the week. There's not enough hours in the year to, gain wealth that way. So what we end up doing is spending more and more time trying to get to the point of gaining some kind of financial foothold so that we can advance at whatever we want to do in life. The first thing you have to think about to get beyond that point is, how do I maximize my earning potential? How do I get to a point where I'm making more money than I'm making currently? And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't start doing that until I got out of the mindset of just working jobs for someone else. You really have to start to develop a sense of value over hours worked. So what I mean by that is you have to first understand what your value is. If you are someone that is doing carpentry, if you're someone that's doing accounting, if you're someone that's doing whatever skills that you have to be able to give those skills your own value, set your own value. And the funny thing is, when you start to do that, you'll see that people are willing to pay for your value. They're willing to pay for your value. If you believe in your value and you understand that you're good at something, to someone that needs that particular value, they will consider your value, even if it's higher than they're used to paying. They will consider that because they feel like, hey, this is someone that believes in that value. I want that for myself. I need this particular thing done, and I believe that this person can offer a good service. It begins to work in your favor when you start to value yourself more. Yes, you will exclude a lot of people who can't afford to pay whatever you set your price at, or people who don't want to pay a higher value or a higher price for whatever value that you're providing. But you don't worry about those people, because you need to set your value in a way that allows you to make more for the time that you're spending on doing something. And what that does is that eases you out of the place. That's the first step that really eases you out of the place of, trading so much excess time for money, because you're getting to the point where, hey, I have value that extends beyond just working at this job. And not devaluing working at a job or working for other people, because, there is a great place for that in your working history and in building wealth. One of the easiest ways to really start building wealth when you're younger is to work for someone else who may be offering, some kind of incentive or stock incentive or 401k or what have you, and being able to match your salary in some kind of way. That's a really great thing to utilize in your younger years and start investing and contributing to that. So that comes with, building a career and comes with the work world. So I'm not discrediting that. And I think that's something that you definitely want to think about when you are working, if you are working a career. And that leads me to my next point. When you are making extra money, whether it be on a job or for yourself, you want to put that money somewhere where it's going to grow more. And that is the second thing that will allow you to stop trading so much time for money, because the more your money is growing without you working, you're not having to trade that time for any other revenue. You're just allowing that revenue to create other revenue for you. So it's very important that you get to that point where you do see your money grow in a way that allows you to step out of just working for it and just putting too much time and effort into that. Most rich people buy time and poorer people trade time for money. And it's very true. Rich people buy time. Like, we're always trying to get more time for the value that we're giving so that we can do the things that we want. Most people want to do that. You want to do that. You want to get to the point where you can spend your time doing the things that you want to do or the things that you enjoy, and really living life in a way that is fulfilling to whatever that is. And for some people that is working. For some people that is spending more time working, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's the choice. It's, the being able to have the choice to do that, which is the powerful thing. And another key part about that is, even when you're making money, a lot of times people, when they're making money, specifically entrepreneurs on businesses, a lot of times we are so caught up in being an employee in our business that we don't delegate. We don't know how to step outside of our business. Even if you're making a smaller percent of the return, you're making that percent. If you understand how to delegate and move yourself into a different space in your business and not be in the weeds, doing all this stuff that is trading excess time for money. When you learn how to not do that, it's a really powerful thing, because it gives you your time back, and then it allows you to work on things that are higher ticket value. So you want to buy that time back by putting other people to work and allowing other people to work and grow in your company or whatever you've built. It's the difference of, being able to make 100% of, $300,000 a year or 50% of $2 million a year, because you're working at so many other high ticket things by allowing other people to work in your company. So really think about it like that. Yes, you may be getting 100% of whatever you're working at if you're doing everything, but you're not giving yourself time to do anything else. And it's wear and tear on you. It's wear and tear on your body. It's wear and tear on, your family, if you have one, if you're, want to build a family someday, or if you're building a family, all those things you have to consider in your life. And you want to be able to get to the point where you can buy your time back. It's a great thing to do. It's a great feeling to be able to do that. And if you're not at that point already, I am encouraged and confident that you will get there. I hope this has been extremely helpful for someone. And until we talk again, I wish you health, wealth, and freedom.